Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and this time I'm checking out Micro Medusa is a 1 to 2 player tile playing game designed by Floyd Lu with art by John de Campos. And it takes about 6 to 12 minutes. It actually says 6 to 12 minutes. And you might think, why wouldn't they say 5 to 10? Having played this game, I think 6 to 12 is pretty accurate. The mechanics in Micro Medusa are sort of akin to like a rock, paper, scissors, where one player is going to be a soldier trying to defeat Medusa, and Medusa, who is admittedly a tragic figure, is defending herself from being attacked the only real way she knows how, using her abilities to protect herself. I mean, what more should she do? So the components are relatively simple. The tiles that have the soldier helmet back are for the soldier. So the soldier's equipment is going to start off with a sword, one shield, and a torch, and 2 hearts. And then the soldier's going to have sort of a heart in reserve, if you will. So the equipment kind of works as such. The soldier has a sword or a dagger, a shield, and torches, and then hearts. This is sort of what you start off with for each round, if you will. And they work the same way. They're just slightly different art. The swords are for hacking off Medusa's snake heads. She has multiple snake heads. So if you can use those to hack off snake heads. You can use the shield to protect yourself from the gaze of Medusa's eyes. And if Medusa's eyes hit you, one of your hearts turn to stone. You only have 2 hearts to begin. When you're during the drafting phase, you can draft an additional heart, which is recommended if one gets turned to stone. Instead of taking more equipment, maybe you take a heart in order to stave off death just for a little while longer. And the torches are used to burn off body parts that can extend from Medusa's head, which is right here. So the game does work in solo, where you're kind of blind drawing. You are the soldier, but you're blind drawing from Medusa. I'm going to simulate what a 2-player game might look like. Let me just explain what the win conditions are for Medusa and the champion. So for Medusa, the win conditions are these. Connect 3 snake heads to Medusa's head. You do that. If you're Medusa, you win. If you turn all the champion's hearts to stone by exposing them to 3 eyeballs, Medusa wins. Or if you connect 3 or more snake sections to Medusa's head to a snake head or an eyeball, Medusa wins. A champion wins if they can sever 3 snake heads off of Medusa, if they can block all open paths coming from Medusa's head, or if they can survive long enough for Medusa to run out of tiles. So what you do is you'd flip every tile over, and you would mix them up. I'll move Medusa's head over here. And let's say you just sort of mix these up so you don't know what is what. So what will happen is Medusa's head is right there. Medusa also starts, and now this is the drafting phase where the soldier would get to draft additional equipment, and 4 Medusa body parts would be revealed. And Medusa is going to, whoever is playing Medusa is going to draft 3 different body parts. So let's say she drafts the 4-piece body part, of which I believe there's only 1 of these. And it's up to the soldier, whoever's playing the soldier, to pay attention to what Medusa's drafting. She drafts them, flips it over, and then she drafts another. Let's say she drafts another body part. And then let's say she drafts another one. Now, whoever's playing Medusa, they probably don't want to keep these in the same order they were in, because why? Because the person who is a soldier can, I don't know, if they're really good at 3-card Monty, they're looking and they're going to perhaps figure out whatever she's chosen. Now, the soldier can draft 1 additional piece of equipment. They can additional shield, torch, dagger, or heart. They can draft one piece of equipment. Let's say they saw that she got 2 body parts and they saw that she took an eyeball. So they feel like there's going to be more body parts that Medusa has than eyeballs. So they have 1 shield for what they already know is 1 eyeball she has. So they're probably going to want to draft an additional, oh, not a sword, excuse me, that's for snakeheads, an additional torch to be prepared. So Medusa would go first. Let's say Medusa plays this, okay? And now the champion will respond in kind. So let's say the champion, let's say they use the shield. At that point, Medusa, whoever playing Medusa, would reveal an eyeball and it gets blocked by the shield. So the shield has now been used. So we just sort of set it to the side or flip it over, what have you. And that has now been blocked off. So as I said earlier, Medusa's win conditions are turning all the champions' hearts to stone, or revealing 3 snakeheads, which sort of just overburdens the champions, where there's just too many things going on. They're probably being bitten, dying by the death of 1,000 cuts, what have you. Whereas the champion's win conditions are, if a champion continues to live and survive and Medusa runs out of tiles, the champion wins. If the champion cuts off 3 snakeheads, the champion wins that way as well. And lastly, if the champion blocks off all of the open exits from Medusa's head, the champion wins that way as well. All right, so Medusa's going to go again. Now the champion knows, because the champion saw the Medusa picked up 2 body parts and an eyeball. So their shield is done. So she had another eyeball that would leave these hearts wide open, or at least one of them. So they know that Medusa's going to play a body part. So let's say Medusa plays a body part there, and the champion is going to play their torch. Medusa will reveal, and they were correct. The body part is burned, and that is blocked off. At this point, Medusa would draw back up to 3. We do another draft. Medusa would draw back up to 3. So the champion knows that Medusa has 1 body part remaining and only 2 open spots with which to continue going. So let's say Medusa chooses another body part and another body part. Wherever the champion is, we get to refresh their base set of equipment. And they did notice that Medusa picked up a lot of body parts. So let's say they are going to, you know what? Let me mix this up a bit. Now Medusa has an eyeball, a snakehead, and a body part. So eyeball goes with the shield, the snakehead goes with the sword, and the body part goes with the torch. This is the psychological part of the game where obviously drafting, things are randomized. You don't know what you're going to get, but that's the whole thing. You're trying to figure each other out. What is this person going to play? Now I do get to double up on one particular offensive or defensive tool. And let's say now that's the thing. Snakeheads are only do something to you once she has 3 out here. So if I make a mistake and 1 snakehead comes out, it's not that big of a deal. But, once Medusa gets 2, now I'm worried. But, once the eyeball comes out, one of these hearts is just done. So I'm going to double up on the shield because I'm more worried about the eyeball turning the hearts to stone than I am about body parts that are left unburned, which just means it extends where her body goes or that. So I'm gonna actually do a randomized. So let's see what happens. That's what Medusa's gonna play, and I have to respond in kind. As I said before, I'm more concerned about the eyeball at this point than I am about snakeheads or more body parts. So I'm gonna play the shield. Let's see what happens. And I guessed correctly. So the shield deflects the gaze of the eyeball. So that is now closed off. And that shield has now been used. So I'll turn it over like that. All right, Medusa is going to go again. So let's say Medusa goes again. She chooses another body part. Well, another piece, another tile. So I already know she had one eyeball, so I'm not worried about using a shield. I have to figure out whether it's snakehead or a body part. I'm gonna go with the dagger, thinking maybe it's a snakehead. Nope, it was a body part. Okay, so she is now extended her body. You keep going this way or this way. Okay, so now we draft back up. So everything goes kind of back over to figure out what tools I want, and Medusa is going to continue to grow here. So I know for a fact that this is a snakehead. That I know. So now they're going to draw an eyeball. All these eyeballs. Another eyeball. So I mix these up and let's continue going. Oh, I have to draw up what tool I want to bring. So I figure there's 2 eyeballs. So I probably want to have 2 shields. I know there's a snakehead in there, but what are you going to do? And look, snakehead. Medusa is going to go first. This is the only she has 2 places to go. So I'll just do it randomly. I don't know. Let's say she does that. Now, 2 eyeballs, 1 snakehead. So I need to be careful. So I'm going to put out a shield to protect myself in case it is an eyeball. And lo and behold, it was an eyeball, which also caps this off. So, if you're playing as Medusa, you definitely want body parts so you can start to branch out and, force the champion to make some interesting decisions. So that also gets closed off. Okay. And Medusa's going to go again. As I said, I do not know what she has. So if we're playing Medusa, it's going to play that. All right. So Medusa played this tile. So now I know. Okay. She has 2 eyeballs and a body part. So I'm going to use a torch, thinking it's probably a body part. She probably does not. Whoever's playing Medusa probably does not want. Probably wants to extend the body and not, have me thwart the eyeball right there and pretty much end the game because there's nowhere else to go. This is the only. And Medusa's almost, is on the ropes here pretty much. So I'm gonna use the torch, thinking, hey, it's probably a body part. I honestly don't know. Oh, sorry, I'm a body part. It's a snakehead. Would you look at that? But and I was wrong. A snakehead does. I guess it would stay because the torch is for a body part, not a snakehead. So I'll flip that over and the snakehead would stay. Nothing happens to me. Nothing happens until 3 snakeheads are revealed. Okay, so ultimately in this scenario, Medusa would be defeated. Even though she did put a snakehead out and I actually used the wrong tool to defeat it, I would need the knife or the sword to defeat a snakehead. I use the torch, which is for body parts. Like these or that here. There's also only one of these. So the body part that lets you go in all 4 directions. Anyway, Medusa would lose and the champion would be the victor in this scenario because there's no other place for Medusa to go. So that is Micro Medusa, designed by Floyd Lu with art by John de Campos. It's fun. It's quick. 6 to 12 minutes is pretty accurate. I feel like the longer the game, the better in a way, because it's not going to go too long, but it gets more tension filled as, if you're the champion, you're getting to a point where maybe Medusa's going to run out of tiles. You can win that way. Or, if you're doing a pretty decent job of cutting off the snakeheads or deflecting the eyes, things like that. There are solo modes for Medusa and the champion. I think some of the rule sets are a little in flux right now. I think the default solo mode is for the champion. It's for players who play the champion going up against Medusa, who would do very similar to what I was showing, where you would draw, you'd lay out the 4 tiles, draw them, kind of shuffle them up so you don't know what's what. And that's where the rock, paper, scissors part comes in. You are trying to figure out the odds of what do I think, I'm blind drawing. What do I think, she's going to do, and trying to be prepared for what for the tiles that Medusa has, but you're just not sure what order they're going to come out in. So anyway, I'm talking a lot. I probably talked more than twice as much as the game takes to play. It will be up on a crowdfunding site shortly, and that link will be in the description. So it's like something that you think you're interested in, playing by yourself, playing with another person. You should go ahead and avail yourself of it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe and be blessed.